Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today's topics are going to be about the beauty of womanhood and celebration. I'm Ladibounce.
And I am A.Slate.
If you are just joining us and this is your first episode, we would like to say welcome.
Welcome.
You can find us on SoundCloud under Fly With Us podcast. You can find us on YouTube. And we are on Facebook with FlywithusLA on Facebook.com.
That's Ladibounce and A.Slate.
Ladibounce and A.Slate. Or you can email us at flywithusla@gmail.com.
Oh, got it.
All right. So you and I were honored,
girl. We were honored. I like that.
by Ambition Magazine. Shout out to Lakeisha Nicole and her awesome magazine. We were recognized for being 2019's most ambitious women in the city of Dayton.
Awesome. I like that. Thank you for that, Lakeisha.
So
I'm still uncomfortable with awards, but yeah.
But you deserve them because
as do you.
You are dope at what you do. The poetry.
Oh, poetry.
The spoken word. Because poetry and spoken word, I have learned, are two different things.
Oh, yeah.
What you do with the youth for your Right Life Village. You are a published author of not one, but 2 books, and one coming. Because you got another one in you. I can feel it. I know it's coming. But you are definitely someone who is very humble about what you do. And that to me is a very admirable quality, because when I see you and I see all the great things you do, you go, what?
Right, I'm feeling like that now. Like, let's not do that. But thank you. Let's turn this around. So if you, I'm gonna turn this around. Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable, but I'm grateful. Thank you. We'll chat about that other time.
And then, okay, first, how did you feel about that? About receiving your award that night and being in that room?
I mean, I still feel I am absolutely grateful for that, because to know how hard I work and why I work, and to know that somebody has taken notice of that. I know for sure one person that paid some attention to that. Shout out Picket Fence. So
that's just my baby daddy, who that is.
The other half of Ladibounce. Yeah, shout out. I mean, because to know that somebody is taking note of that. I mean, that is something to be thankful for. I don't know how to talk about that. I'm grateful. I
was grateful as well.
But wait, we got to talk about what you do. We got to talk about what you do.
See, why we got to talk about me?
First and foremost, we were talking earlier about this wealth of information and knowledge and talent and skill that you have in educating, inspiring, and motivating our young people in the educational system. So you are a teacher. Not only a teacher, you are an intervention specialist who does things with love, creativity, and sheer just more love. It's just amazing. And then we gotta mention the reason why you're always popping up with song quotes in regular conversation. You are also a DJ, hence Lady Bounce. So yeah, and I mean, you're a mother, you're a wife. So let's talk about that. How did you feel?
I felt incredible. It was definitely an honor to be mentioned among such powerful women. One of the previous recipients of the award is a former boss, if you will, of mine. I mean, I don't know I worked for her. She was principal. Okay. And she actually started off my career. My first year as a teacher, she was the principal that put me in the position that I had, that catapulted me into so many other positions since then.
Oh, I can relate to that.
She was incredible, but she watched me during my para years. She was a principal of the school, so I worked under her as a para. So she saw the greatness and the potential that I had, for becoming a teacher, and she spoke a lot of life into me and a lot of advice and everything, and so that was great to be mentioned in that realm. And also Dr. Townsend.
I was gonna say, who is she?
Dr. Karen Marie Reynolds Townsend, who is also a published author. She has an awesome book. We talked about her book on one of our previous shows, and she's going to be a guest. She agreed to be a guest.
Right. Yes, she did.
I'm excited. The name of her book is It All Started When I Stopped Using Lotion, and it's a whole book about self-care and taking care of yourself, and it's actually a workbook. So there's questions in there where you have to write in the answer. It is amazing. But she has been a mentor of mine for many years. I've known her since I was a baby because we've gone to the same church, but she was a mentor. She was our Guild Girl leader and instructor. She taught Sunday school. She was just a powerful woman to watch grow up. So a few years ago I was inducted into a women's organization, and she gave the keynote address the night that I was inducted, and I sat there at the table beaming like I know her, like that is my mentor, like I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna do the great things that she does, because she does so many great things.
I can relate to that too.
She does a sister circle conference every year. She's heavily involved with the universities around here, getting young black girls scholarships. I mean, she does so much, and I'm like, how do you have time to be a great wife and a mom too? Right. But she does. Her daughters are successful. Her husband is her biggest cheerleader. I mean, he has her back. I can relate to that piece. He definitely, has her back, and he is very powerful in his own regard, but you really don't know what he does. I know what he does, but he doesn't tout it from the rooftops the way he shouts it out for his wife.
Speaking of a couple, we met a couple there. Well, let's mention some of the women that were. Well, we'll mention the women who also received the Ambition 2019 award. There was Lucinda Cross, OTT, who helps women turn their stories into brandable, marketable, and scalable business models. Go ahead, girl. Right. We had LaTanya Moore, who assists legacy-driven entrepreneurs protect and grow their brand. That could always be helpful. Tawana Wilson. We had Tiana S. Lee, who just was so amazingly humble, and that dress was everything. Well, it was a two-piece, wasn't it? I think it was.
I couldn't tell, but I was just can I have that?
It was just so amazing.
Can I borrow that?
And she just was so modest.
She was.
All I know is that she's great. And I know that she works with young people. Danielle Wright was there with her other half. Now, this young lady encourages, supports, and uplifts young women, and she's also an assistant dean at Gilmore Academy. Now, she had her partner there with her, who was looking for some soul food. And she was receiving her award, and she was trying to find him some soul food.
Can we give them an extra shout out, because they came down here from Cleveland?
Yeah, from Cleveland. I thought it was Toledo. It was Cleveland.
It was Cleveland. I was like, that's a long drive.
And he was feeling under the weather. So shout out for
and he drove.
Yes. So shout out to him for that support, and shout out to Danielle Wright as well. And the rest of these women. We have Miss Ebony J. Wynn, who also has a radio station, 100.3 R&B and old school.
We need to be on there.
We need to get on there. She need to get over here. We need to collaborate. We need to network.
We need to do something. Network. We can be our own, like, Dayton's own, like, flowetry. Like, I could learn how to sing right quick. So I could be the songstress, and you could be the poetress, like flowetry.
I think we can just be us. We gonna be great.
Okay, well, dang.
You already the songstress without them song quotes.
Never mind, man.
Yeah, and I stick with that poetry thing. And then we had Kiana Daniels, who recently was nominated in the Day in Business 40 Under 40. Right. She recently was nominated. Tony Grayson, who you know about them cakes. Loyalties Custom Cakes, and Jerica Hoskins, who is the founder and creator of Crown Me Coil Care. So there was some amazing women, and I think I can speak for both of us and say it was a humbling experience, but we were honored, and I feel that we deserve to be amongst such amazing women. So yeah,
I think so.
That was pretty fun.
I will say it took me a few days after I found out that I actually won to wrap my head around yes, you deserve this.
Oh.
Celebrate yourself. You did work hard, and somebody noticed that you worked hard. Which is very hard, because sometimes you jump in with both feet and you just do what needs to be done. And so you don't think about, I'm doing this for shine, or I'm doing this for recognition. I'm doing this because I want my name out there. Because I would just as soon do what I do and have nobody know who I was.
Right. I used to, when I was a kid, I said, when I grow up, I'll be a ghostwriter. I was going to write and nobody ever was going to know it was me. So that was one of the things that was fun for me to see my name, my mother gave me on the award. I was looking like, that is me. That's me. So that was fun too. But yeah, it is good to be recognized, especially when we're talking about self-care. Sometimes you got to make the time to celebrate yourself. So it's always a double bonus to have someone celebrate you. Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, with that as well, being in education is sometimes a very thankless job. So to be in a position where somebody notices what I do and say thank you on a grand scale, being featured in her magazine, it was all over Facebook. It's still all over Facebook, and people are tagging me in it. Keep tagging me. I like it, but it does feel kind of like wow, like you're welcome. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Because of that, not because of the praise, but because I can see the impact that it's having on other people and the impact that it will have, in the future. So
and it kind of gives you that. Okay, so I did do that. I did do that.
She did it.
So we deserve it. Yeah. So what else we got going on? But wait. Shout out to the dating club, especially yes, the whole club, but especially the caterer for the things that were vegan on the menu, because I really, really enjoy. I don't know what they were called, but those little triangle pocket things.
I did eat one of those, and as a meat eater, I was like, hey,
those were so good.
Right.
It was fluffy and light and spinach and all kind of amazing stuff was happening inside that thing. It was so good.
Well, I have to
I like that.
Piggyback off that. The food was good, but that bartender, Tony.
Oh, he said he's gonna be tuning in.
He said he was gonna listen, but I tell you what, we had a really great conversation. Like he talked about how he used to have a podcast and why he's back here in the city, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna check y'all out, and I was like, please do. And so then he talked about music, and of course when we started talking about music,
you was tuned in.
the conversation went a whole another way, and I said, I'm a DJ, and he was like, oh. He said, is that where the Ladibounce came from? And I said, exactly. He was like, okay, what you bounce to? I'm like, he was really fun. Like, he made me, want to, to talk to him and to, buy, another pop or buy another drink or something. Like, he definitely did his job very well.
Oh, I love that. He
was very in the right position. Yeah, he was very personable, and you expect that out of certain positions, bartenders, hairdressers. They have that gift of being able to be comfortable, talking to people. So shout out to Tony.
Yeah, shout out to Tony. I'm not going to be a negative Nancy, but I have to mention this because we're talking about people being in the right position or doing what is supposed to be done. I went to, don't judge me, okay? I went to McDonald's earlier. I had to. I needed my oatmeal. I had to eat something on the run. But I went to McDonald's earlier, and I got to the window. I wanted my black coffee and that oatmeal. No brown sugar. Fruit on the side, please.
Yes.
And the young lady said, here you go. And I thought about it. I didn't complain. You don't complain too much when somebody got your food.
Man.
So I had to ponder on that. What is this here you go? Is it really here you go? Or is it here you are? So in that, the difference between poetry and spoken word, the written word, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
Every time.
So how she said it, I wanted to understand what she meant. So yeah, I love it when the right person is in the right position for their job, especially when it involves customer service.
Yes.
So thank you, Tony.
Yes,
if you're
Tony.
listening, shout out to you. Ladibounce giving you a shout out too.
So while we're recognizing great people and celebrating people, I have to give a special shout out to a young lady in our city who is up and coming, and I see her doing big things and great things. Her name is Skylar Marsh.
Hey, Skylar.
And she has her own company called Flourish and Grow LLC. She is responsible for my shirt.
We like that. Flourishing in ways only God knew I would.
And that is such a powerful message. I've bought. Listen to my language.
Okay, it's all right.
I have bought 6 shirts from her. I bought a shirt for my daughter, a shirt for my mother, and I have 4 for myself in different colors.
Support. I love it.
Not only to support her, but I believe in the message. Because sometimes when we're flourishing and growing and developing, we don't know which way it's gonna go.
Right.
And other people don't either. But then I realize other people don't need to know, because I'm doing whatever God has put me here to do, and I'm flourishing in ways.
I know which way I'm going. I'm here to tell you. I know. The Most High God done let me know.
Right.
I know which way I'm going.
So when I'm flourishing, it may not look like flourishing to you. It may not even look like the direction I should be going. But it ain't about what you think, what you know. It's about the Most High God knows this is what I'm gonna flourish into and become. I am on my way to becoming whatever that he says. So I definitely, have to give that young lady a shout out. And she's always very humble when I, buy a shirt from her. She's like, "Oh, Miss Nikki, I can't believe you support me. You support," and I'm like, "Well, why wouldn't I? I believe in what you do, and so supporting you is a no-brainer."
I love that.
It just happens because I believe in your message. I will wear your message. I will share your message, loudly and proudly, and even direct other people to get behind your message.
And you saying that, do you feel that way? Because now hearing you say that, that's if I could articulate how I felt, it makes me feel like, thank you, Lakeisha Nicole. You believe in what we're doing, and you supported us in that, and I appreciate it. Yes, love it.
And to support. There are so many ways to support someone and support their dream that don't cost any money. So
share something on a page. Share something on a page.
Share, promote. You share negative news. Share something positive.
Right, I don't get to see that much negative news. Thank God. I can't. I can't. So we enjoyed the Ambition Awards, and then that was a heavy time. Because I had on those heels when I got home. I got in the car. I got in the car in true A.Slate fashion.
Yes,
soon as I got to my car, I had my pink book bag on with my cousin's purple scarf. I love you, April. With her purple scarf, and I had my combat boots ready to put on, and I felt so good. That felt so good. So that was in doing my self-care. I had to take care of them feet. Or as my mama say, them feet. So we had a good time celebrating. So how you feeling? Ladibounce?
I'm feeling really good. I think I'm just in a really comfortable space. And sometimes I don't know which way I'm going, but I still land where I'm supposed to be. And so that part is incredible. As people say, that part it's really incredible, because there are some days where I'm not always happy, I'm not always positive, and I'm not gonna lie, I am human. There are some days where my job leads to compassion fatigue, where I care so much about
compassion fatigue.
I care so much about my students and who they are and what they become and who they can become. It pains me when they don't see what I see. It pains me.
You gotta give them time to flourish and grow.
Right.
You have to give them time. It pains me to see that my little plants, all my little wildflowers on the windowsill, all of them ain't up yet, but they coming. They coming.
They will be there.
They coming. But when you were speaking, you were talking about how it pains you, and you working in the school with the kids. It made me think of something. Or you said, and you don't always have it planned out, but you just land where you're supposed to be.
Right.
It made me think of something Coach O. Shout out Coach O. Lee Cross.
Coach O. Lee.
Coach O. And then a mentor, Sierra Leone, learnt me. I love those words. But it's amazing how you feel when you just land somewhere. But imagine how you'll feel when you expect to land there.
Hello.
I'm going to be totally honest. I expected to be here. I expect to be right where I am right now. I work, I do the work, and I've been doing the work, and you are as well. So watch what happens when you start saying, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
And when it happens, watch how you feel when you know. So I just had to get that out there. Sometimes we can't just doubt the process. We got to just know these things are happening. You got to believe it to receive it, okay? It's a true statement. Believe it to receive it. So, and then one more thing. I journeyed over while we're talking about celebrating. I journeyed over to Central State University.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Franklin and the dean. I love you, Dean, but your name has at least 5 syllables of which I cannot remember right now. Charge it to a portion of my mind and not my heart. But there were some young people there who were some students who were receiving some awards. I mean, they're doing some amazing things. Right. They're hosting radio shows. They're doing speeches. Two of them did Sojourner Truth's speech. They did a speech by her, and that blew them out the water. They didn't even know they could do that. There's just so many talented people. And then there were some adult community members who were also doing some great service work and community work, as well as work around campus. And then I went to contribute a poem and be supportive of them in that light. And I will say I was pleasantly surprised that I received an award as well, an award for exemplary. So, I use my words. Can't have a lazy tongue and say that. I received an award for exemplary service, and I was grateful for that. It was really unexpected. I did not expect that. However, I do feel. I appreciate it. I feel like I deserve it, but I appreciate it. Okay. I mean, it was just so many amazing young people. You hear me? I'm talking about people that walked into the radio station thinking, all I'm going to do is I just want to be behind the mic. And they went with Gabrielle I'm Right and sat in front of the camera and did some amazing stuff. And plus doing things out in the community. You know Gabby. You just know everybody. Oh, you a celebrity.
I worked at Channel 7 and Channel 2. And I interned at Channel 45 when I was in college the first time. So, but Gabby,
see, I keep telling y'all she got a wealth of experience. Come on,
right? And it's funny when I see her on TV and she's like, "I'm Gabrielle Enright." I'm like, "Man, that's Gabby." like we friends for real.
Man, that's Gabby, right? So we had a wonderful time celebrating, and we want y'all to celebrate too. So I'm gonna jump right on into our self-care moment. You can celebrate with Bubbly. Even if you don't have a special occasion like an anniversary or a birthday to celebrate, break out a good bottle of Bubbly. Non-alcoholic works just as well. All right.
All right now.
And grab you a fancy champagne flute. To make it even more special, put a strawberry in the drink. You can do this by yourself, or with a loved one, or with someone you choose to celebrate. Give a toast to honor something you are proud of or happy about today. A little sense of occasion on an otherwise boring night will make you feel special. Don't forget that just waking up in the morning is a reason to celebrate. So what we had, celebrate good times, come on. So go ahead and celebrate yourself, celebrate someone else if you must. Yeah, that's a good thing. And then, we were celebrated. That was great. Our mindfulness minute. Okay, give me a little second. Give me a minute to get to our mindfulness minute. Our mindfulness minute. We're talking about community. We're talking about support. We're talking about celebrating. You can watch a high school play. Our young people need to be celebrated. Yes, it may have been a while since you were in high school, but a lot of things haven't changed very much. One thing that definitely hasn't changed is the fact that high schools often raise money through the production of plays and similar forms of entertainment. They promote their endeavors through the local paper, community bulletin boards, and especially on the large reader board standing in front of the school. Show your support by attending a high school play. The kids don't have to be professionally trained Shakespearean actors to give a heartfelt performance. If you want to see a heartfelt performance, the Dayton Dance Workshop, partnered with in partnership with Trotwood-Madison City Schools, is presenting the Whiz, baby. So you can grab your ruby red slippers, your diamond slippers, pull out your loafers, or what else? Your Stacey Adams, if you have to. That's for the fellas. I don't know what they be wearing, you know. Pull those out and go ahead and walk on over to the Whiz. Go on down on the Yellow Brick Road on April 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th are our show dates. General admission is $8. Student admission is $4. All tickets will be $10 at the door. So you can get yours early at trotwood.ticketleap.com. That's trotwood.ticketleap.com. Or you can go on Facebook to the Dayton Dance Workshop page and look for the Whiz. See you April 11th, 12th, 13th, or the 14th. Ease on down the road. Celebrate yourself and go see a high school play.
Well, since you mentioned it.
Oh, we have to mention.
We have a celebrity. We have a celebrity in our midst. Our very own daughter will be playing the Scarecrow.
Come on. And she's been working hard on that.
She has been working so hard. And I tell you, she gets to sing one, possibly two songs.
All right.
And as a mother who has listened to her practice, she has gotten better. She's definitely ready and prepared. But side note, on a human note, if I hear that song one more time.
Well, you going to hear it a few more times on April 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th.
I know. And she's, and she's so silly like her father. And she goes.
She's very animated. I love it.
She says, now you have to bring me flowers after the performance because all the real thespians.
I can see her.
Wait a minute, did you
your
say
mannerism.
Thespian?
Yes, and she meant it. All right.
And she said all the true thespians get flowers after opening night. So
I love it. She is fully consumed by this role. Get in there and play that part.
I'm excited to see her, and I think she's going to be dynamic. She's been in lots of productions before, but the tenacity that she is working in this regard is something I've never seen out of her before from anything else that she's ever been in.
I seen her really come alive when she showed me about 30 seconds of, and I mean her everything about it is amazing. Everything about it is amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. All right, so as we wrap up today, I gotta hit you with the brain science.
Brain science. We need brain science
because there's a reason for it all. As we talk this whole episode about praise and celebration, did you know that there is a scientific reasoning behind why you do what you do when it comes to praise and compliments?
Oh, wow. What do I do? Tell me.
Let me tell you.
I know what I do, but tell me why. Tell me more. Do tell, young lady. Do tell.
When most people receive a compliment, it triggers the reward centers in the brain, your ventral striatum and the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. The ventral striatum sits at the base of the forebrain, and it responds to pleasurable stimuli. The best praise leaves us wanting more. The better the compliment, the greater the activity of these regions. Receiving praise improves the brain's ability to remember and repeat skills and attributes that draw praise. Scientists believe that by increasing activity within your striatum, compliments improve learning that occurs while we sleep, called skill consolidation and isolation. Receiving praise could also make you more likely to push yourself towards situations in which you have to learn something new. Compliments influence our self-perceptions to a far greater extent than criticism. Hence, you get more flies with honey than you do with
vinegar.
But there's always a but. There's a big but here. It is important to remember that compliments can backfire if they are not genuine. Finally, just as important as knowing how to give a compliment is knowing how to receive them. How to give a compliment: make it genuine, make it sincere. When you receive a compliment, there's only one way to receive it: graciously with a smile.
Just like, yeah.
Do not.
It makes you extremely uncomfortable.
See, and here we go. Do not fall into the trap of discounting and denying them. This type of response not only instantly invalidates the compliment, but can also make the giver of the compliment feel stupid for noticing something.
Oh, that's not nice.
And that creates social awkwardness. So this week, our challenge to you is to give compliments and accept them graciously, and notice how this will improve your week.
Yeah, so and you don't have to do like Miss Ladibounce did me. Just you can just say thank you. You don't have to go into detail with that thing. Yeah. So genuine compliment giving and genuine gratitude. I like that.
Just
I like that.
A simple thank you. Not when someone says, "Oh, that's a nice dress you're wearing." What's the first thing people say?
Oh, it's 7 years old. Oh, this old thing.
Exactly.
Just thank you.
Just thank you. And with that, A.Slate, tell them where to find us.
You can find us on Facebook. We have our Fly With Us LA.
Yes.
And then you can find us on SoundCloud. You can type in Fly With Us again. You can email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. Did I catch everything? Oh, and soon you will be able to find us on Instagram. You will see Fly With Us. First love yourself with us. I think that's about it. Did I miss something?
No.
Nah. And I don't want to miss a thing.
See, and you know what? I was just about to start saying, celebrate yourself this week.
Yes, do that. So, and one more thing. If you can post, whoever posts the most, what they did for their self-care, how they celebrated themselves, you will receive 2 free tickets to celebrate yourself with someone else at the Wiz.
Ease on down to our Facebook page and let us know how you take care of yourself.
All right, I am A.Slate.
And I'm Ladibounce.
And we out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.